Serge wasn't on the injury report. Is he available tonight?
Yes.
What do you foresee his role being tonight?
I think being his presence defensively, I think on the second unit, being a guy who's going to talk and communicate, since we do have a quiet team by nature, he does a good job of just communicating, talking his coverages, making sure everyone's in the right spots, and then just try to see how his wind is, because he hasn't played in a while. So just getting back on the floor would be good to see.
What's it going to be like with this balance and Friday night? We had two guys playing really well at that position. So, how do you perceive just having the advantage of Serge being available, bolstering that position?
We'll see.
Thanks.
Yeah. Just working. I think just working, trying to get back. He's been doing.
I'm done.
he's been doing everything he could to get back, and working hard, just trying to make sure his body's right. He's a hard worker by nature, so he's just trying to do everything he could to get back, and so now his moment's come. So he's excited. Team excited for him as well.
Hey, you guys, was that a 2-2-1 that you ran zone defense against Minnesota in the second game?
I can't remember.
Can't remember. Okay. Well, I was going to ask because you guys are among, I think, top 3 or 4 in the league in zone usage on defense, and I'm curious, how much do you need to work on that to feel comfortable throwing it out there? Because obviously you can't really gauge it in practice, can you?
With the zone?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, DC, he did a good job last year with the zone as well. It got us back in a couple games. If you remember the Utah game, I think game 2 we lost it, but we came out in zone, and so they've seen it for the last, they saw it last year, and we worked on it in training camp a little bit. But guys pretty much know the positions, and when you run zone, you just try to take a team out what they're doing well and just try to slow them down, make them do something different, and that's what you kind of use it for. But our zone's been pretty good. Our guys have been active in it, and then the way Minnesota ran their offense, it made us change our zone a little bit as well. So we had to adapt to what they were doing, and our guys did a good job of that.
Ty, on Friday, PG gets his third foul midway through the second quarter, and you leave him in. I was kind of wondering, is that like a field decision at the moment, or is that a strategic thing where you kind of believe in, hey, just leave guys in foul trouble, just trust them to not pick up another one?
It was just we were down 18, and so needing PG on the floor, in that second quarter, I thought was we needed him out there on the floor. So just my decision. The coaches told me that he had 3 fouls, which I knew already, but I wasn't going to take him out in that position. I wanted to try to cut the lead and get it to under 10 at halftime. And we got it to 10, I think, at halftime. And like I said, he played smart. He didn't pick up any cheap fouls. And, when you're your best player, he has to make sure he's on the floor. So I wasn't even thinking about taking him out, no, because we were down so many.
Obviously, any win is you'll take any win. Win is a win. But when you have wins like you had on the road there, like you have to be on the road and then to hit all those threes and then to have like a crazy comeback, does that do something for like the mojo of a squad?
I hope so. I think those guys, like I said, they competed and played at a high level. Game 1 we made 21 threes, but in the game 2, playing the same team back to back on their home floor, it's tough to win both games. But coming out being down 20, not shooting the ball well in the first half, PG going 4 for 20 and still having a chance to come back and win that game by 20 just says a lot about our team and the resiliency and how they play and compete every single night. And it was just good to see, and it was a big win for us.
After the last game, PG talked a lot about how he didn't really care about how Eric's shooting because of what he contributes, stuff like off the box score that you don't see. I know you've said you don't care if guys are missing shots or turning the ball over as long as the process is right. How have you felt about the process with Eric on the floor so far?
It's been good. Like I said, I talked about it a couple of games ago. Just having him on the floor to start on the best player, on the perimeter has been huge. It's allowed PG to, get his rest and allow PG to score the basketball the way he's been scoring because Blair's able to take on that challenge defensively. So it's been good for us in that regard. I think being, 27, 28 in pace last year offensively, and now we're like top 5. He adds to that, pushing the pace, early attacks, getting downhill. So he's been good for us. And, like I said, shooting's going to come.
We're going to go one more to Joey on the Zoom. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Coach, with Serge back, do you plan on experimenting at all with different lineup combinations, or do you already have a pretty good idea on what lineups you want to see him with?
Yeah, it starts all over again. So, so we'll see. I just got to try to find, like you said, his role and, who he's going to play with, who he's best suited with. And like I said, it's going to be different again tonight. So got to go through the process all over again.
Recording stopped.